Welcome back to the Fuck My Work Life podcast.
Hey everybody, it's Kay.
And I'm Jay.
And this is the podcast where we read your work stories to you and talk about other weird work things.
And riff.
Swear to gosh. You're such a pain in the ass.
Whatever. Agree to disagree.
Okay. Well, you can be wrong continuously on that one.
And also can you, if that makes sense.
And also can you. Peace be with you. Hi everyone, it's episode 9.
Episode 9. We're one episode away from the double digits.
That's right. We're so fancy.
We took last week off. It's been a weird week.
Very weird.
Week and a half, really. You know, after the first shot, then we had time to recover, and then we got the second shot.
Yeah. It hit us pretty hard, the second shot. Not like it wasn't bad, it was just uncomfortable.
It was weird.
And I've been having heart palpitations ever since for like 5 days now. I don't know, I should probably get that checked out.
Probably.
But, meh.
I asked you before, like, what are heart palpitations?
It just feels like your heart is pounding, like you just ran a mile, but I haven't done anything active, and it just beats really hard, and it's almost like it's hard to catch your breath. It's very strange.
I see that as the beginning of, like, a panic attack.
Yeah,
like,
I guess I could be having a 5-day panic attack.
The heart,
yeah.
My heart's beating really hard, and then I feel like I can't breathe, and then it compounds from there. I don't know what heart palpitations are.
I've never had a panic attack that way. My panic attacks are usually I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden, like nothing physically changes, but I get this overwhelming feeling that something is horribly wrong and I'm probably about to die. Yeah. And I just sit there and I have to just talk myself out of it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I really wouldn't know about panic attacks. I've never had one.
Oh, okay. Must be nice.
Well, I'm a dude, so...
Yeah, dudes don't have anything.
We don't get those. We just get changes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Stuff changes and it's weird, and so we just push through it, you know? Put it on a shelf. Bury it.
Super healthy. Super healthy. Good Lord. Hey, what is that? Talkspace? Hey, Talkspace, do you want to sponsor us?
What is it? Oh, Talkspace?
Yeah. We need someone to convince Jay that men don't have to push down their feelings.
The fuck do they know?
More than us.
Someone else.
Okay, what else is going on? I wanted to make a correction. In episode 8, I called the 2000s the Nats.
Yeah, almost like how fast you go at sea.
Yeah. But it's not the Nats. It's the Aughts.
The Aughts.
The Aughts.
Yeah.
And you have to say it like that. The Aughts.
The Aughts.
Oh, you know, the Aughts.
Oh, the Aughts.
So yeah, there's that correction. I heard that and I was like, I'm an idiot. I wanted to put that out there. I had recently heard someone say the Aughts and then I just remembered it as knots and I wanted to sound cool, but I am not cool.
I've heard aught before, but it's always like, it's like electrical work. Like
yeah. Well, it just stands for zero, right?
There's aught gauge, yeah.
It just means zero.
Yeah, but it also compounds from there because you can have like double aught where it's twice the size of just zero gauge wire. But I didn't know it would carry over to
the years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it still the aughts, though? Even though, like, now it wouldn't be the aughts, right? Because it's 21. So it would just be, like, the first 10 years of the century. 20s. The 20s.
Yeah.
The first 10 years of the 20. Okay.
So you'd have 0 through 9, 2000 to 2009 would be the aughts.
The aughts, okay.
Like,
and then what would
aught 1, aught 2, and then it would be the teens.
The teens. And
the
20s.
teens,
okay.
And then the 20s, and then the 30s. We just think of the 20s and the 30s as the 1920s and the 1930s because we were born in the 1970s. So
hey, let's not tell everyone how fucking old we are.
We were born a couple years ago.
Okay, so there's that, and then we had a couple really cool shout outs on other podcasts, which
that was pretty awesome.
I heard. One of them gave us a little bit of a heads up, and so I was kind of waiting for it. The other one was completely unexpected, and I was sitting there because it's a podcast I already listened to, and I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. So the first one, for those of you who don't know me, I am a huge Law & Order SVU fan, and I have no one in my life no one else in my life shares my love and passion for all things Law & Order SVU. So,
Lemonade.
so I found this podcast called Especially Heinous SVU Pod, and it is two hilarious women who have been friends for a long time, and they go through each episode chronologically and break down the episode, and then they do like a true crime chaser afterwards, which is either like ripped from the headlines what the episode was about, or a somewhat related true crime to the episode, and they are so funny, and I just instantly felt like they're my podcast best friends because nobody else understands my love for SVU, and so I've been listening to them for, I don't know, since last November, I think, and they started a hashtag called Little Bit Loud for smaller podcasts to kind of, get out there, get heard. So we've been using that hashtag. And so they mentioned us on their podcast.
And that's really cool because, small podcasts, we need to have like podcast families.
Yeah.
That's how...
Yeah. Everyone to spread the word.
With the number of podcasts that people have now, like the number that are out there, it's not like the guys who started in the teens.
Yeah. Well, even like everybody has a podcast now. Yeah. Comedians and actors and actresses, they all have podcasts, and they already have a huge fan base and a huge following. So they instantly have tons of reviews and ratings and thousands of listeners. And then all us little podcasts who are all doing really cool, great things. It's so hard to get it out there that, hey, we're doing this. And so having like these little, like you said, pod families and stuff is really cool. So when they gave us a shout out, I was so excited about that. So
and their podcast is cool too.
Oh my God, it's so
if
funny.
You haven't listened to it and you watch SVU, you should go give it a listen because it's pretty cool.
It's really good. It's called Especially Heinous. All of their social media is SVU Pod, so go check them out. Hilarious women. And then the second one is a podcast that I've been kind of trying to network on Twitter and stuff and get our podcast out there, and have fallen in with this really cool group of podcasters on Twitter. And I started listening to this one podcast called Chat Smash.
Fucking Brits, mate.
And it's these three British guys, and they just smash some chat. I think that's how they say it. Or, I don't know. And they are so funny that I listened to their first episode at work, and I was fucking crying. I was laughing so hard. And so I gave them like a little shout out on Twitter, just saying, hey, thank you for cracking me up. And so I guess that really made one of the guys stay on that podcast until he mentioned our podcast on their last episode. And it was a complete really cool surprise to me. And I was just like, oh, and I ran over and I played it, or I told you to play it. It was just really cool. So thank you guys so much. Again, check out Chat Smash. I think all of their social media is Chat Smash 1. So go check them out. Check out their podcast. Check out SVU Pod. And thank you both so much for giving us a shout out.
Yes, thank you very much.
And
much love,
pod family. And then it's Friday.
It is.
It's weird.
And we drink because we work.
That's right. Today, Kay is drinking.
No, I'm supposed to say.
Okay, say it.
Today, Kay is drinking
Founders Brewery Blushing Monk, which was a suggestion from a listener, friend of the pod. I finally found it. It's very sweet.
Very sweet.
I'm going to be...
I tasted a little bit. It's pretty...
It's like a raspberry ale. It tastes very cidery.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. I mixed it with some plain seltzer water to cut down on the sweetness because I'm just not a huge sweet alcoholic beverage person. Yeah. And actually, with the seltzer water, it's quite lovely.
The flavor of it was pretty good. It was on the border of a sour.
Yeah, I can't even do like the apple cider alcoholic drinks anymore, like the woodchuck and do they even make woodchuck anymore?
I don't.
But things like that are way too sweet for me. Like 15 years ago, I would have loved that shit, but now it just it makes me a little sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
But with this with the seltzer water kind of cutting down the sweetness on us. It's really good. So thank you for that suggestion.
It's like a raspberry tonic.
Kind of. Anyway, what are you drinking, Jay?
Well, I kind of went off the rails a little bit, and I decided that today I was going to have Coors Light, motherfuckers.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be so out there?
Well, I mean, look, not everybody can be me, but
that's true. Well,
everyone can try.
I will say this for you. Normally, it's bottles. If they don't have bottles, it's the kettle. What did you call it last time?
Yeah, I think the kettle.
The kettle?
The can
bottle?
like a bottle, yeah. The kettle.
And then today, it's just a straight up fucking can.
Fucking A, baby.
So you are branching out a little bit.
Yeah, well, I went to Target today because yesterday I had a little fiasco with the coffee maker, and I was cleaning the coffee pot, and when I pulled it out, my 30... I'm such a fucking dork. When I pulled the coffee maker out from the sink, is that better? Uh-huh. I smacked it against my 32-ounce stein and busted it. Yeah. And it didn't break all the way, but it cracked.
Oh,
and
I knew that hot water hit it.
I knew that as soon as hot water hit it, it would be coffee all over the counter. Otherwise, I would have duct taped that shit and went about my business.
Yeah.
And
the thing that sucks with those is we probably could have gotten a replacement carafe, but it would have cost just as much as getting a new coffee maker.
Yeah. So. Well, I went to Target and I got this
super fancy.
Yeah, Hamilton Beach Target special $20 coffee maker because it's fucking coffee. Yeah. I'm not going to spend $150 on a Keurig, which I've done in the past. Yeah. And then I
feel like drip coffee tastes so much better than the K-Cups anyway.
And also I got Dunkin' Donuts caramel coffee. Ooh. It's pretty good. And this coffee maker has 3 settings. Oh. Regular, bold, and 1 to 4 cups. I don't know what that means. I guess, I'm guessing you could have just filled the pot up to 1 to 4 cups. And, I don't know.
Maybe read the book.
But I did... Well, I threw that away already. So I threw it away as soon as it came out of the box.
Because you're a man and you don't read instruction books.
It's a coffee maker.
But we don't know what the 1 to 4 cups does.
I guarantee you the 1 to 4 cups is going to say, do not fill more than 4 cups when you pour the water in. What
difference does it make? I feel like
it's probably just a quick brew. Like, it'll brew it really quick.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Fancy.
You're going to work in the morning. You just need a couple cups of coffee.
Super fast brew.
And then you got regular and you got bold. I did the
Was that you?
That was my hand on the table. Sorry. I did the bold brew this morning with the caramel coffee. It was pretty strong.
Yeah, I have discovered.
Tasted quite coffee-y.
But, I mean, I like my coffee to taste like coffee.
Yeah, I know, but...
I wonder, because I have the maple coffee. I wonder if we mix the maple and the caramel. That could be interesting. Or, I also have the chocolate peppermint bark coffee. That would probably be good with the caramel. Mm-hmm. Let's do all kinds of experiences.
Let's do all kinds of experiences.
Experiments.
What is do you know the alcohol content of the...
Let me look at the bottle.
With that Kool-Aid?
Oh, shit. 9.2.
Yeah. I thought I saw on the side of the bottle, I thought I saw a 9 point something, and I was like...
Holy shit.
I don't know if that's the actual... I wonder if our listener friend who sent this suggestion in said, I'm going to fuck Kay up.
I'm kind of thinking that's... And that explains, too, why... Before I cut it with my seltzer water, which I'm extra glad I did now, it was like almost syrupy, like thick. I guess that's like that alcohol.
That's some serious shit over there.
Well, thank you, listener. I'm already feeling tipsy, and I'm only like a quarter of a way into this glass, which is cut with fucking seltzer water. So
yeah, seriously, she cut it in a pint glass, and the pint glass is...
Not even halfway gone, and I'm already a little already a little tapsy.
That's right.
A little tapsy.
So that will wrap up. We drink because we want.
Yeah, that's the end of it. Coors.
I'm having Coors, and Kylie's having some other stuff.
Founders Blushing Monk. If you want to get real fucked up.
That's right.
And you like Kool-Aid.
You want to get fucked up?
Drink Founders.
Founders Blushing Monk.
Founders.
I was
going to say something else and my mind just went blank.
Flounders.
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 Fish.
Like them fishes.
Flounders, fishes.
Bury themselves in the sands.
Do they bury themselves in the sand? Flounders?
I think so.
Or isn't that catfish?
No.
Oh. Catfish are just...
Catfish just live in the mud.
They're just muddy mud skippers?
Yeah, there's
It's
no sand where
muddy,
catfish
mud skipper, muddy, mud skipper.
Do
Do you know what that's from?
No fucking idea.
Did you ever watch Ren and Stimpy?
Yeah, but so long ago that...
Some of the little jingles from Ren and Stimpy just live in my brain forever, even though, like we've discussed before, important things don't live there. But fucking songs from Ren and Stimpy. Yeah.
But Ren and Stimpy songs from 25 years ago, they're there.
Like the toy log. It's log, it's log, it's thick, it's heavy, it's wood. It's log, it's better than bad, it's good.
Cool. So should we get on with the stories?
I guess so. Working shit.
That's right, baby.
So we'll have you go first because you got 2 stories and I've just got one long story.
That's right. Today, my first story is called Sicky Supervisor. And I'm going to read the whole thing in my regular voice.
That's probably best.
You don't like my Sam Elliott voice?
That did sound like Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott.
So, Jay saying during the podcast a few weeks ago, if you're sick, stay home. We all remember that one.
Yeah, stay.
I know I do.
The fuck home. Oh, let me just tell you something real quick.
Okay.
After coming back to work, after taking a couple days off after my second vaccine, they have now proceeded to put huge poster-sized signs in front of the entrances with stupid little graphics that say, if you're sick, stay home. And it's like, if you motherfuckers don't know that by now, is this dumb fucking poster,
you know what,
at the entrance of the building really gonna make you think twice and turn around and go home?
Yes, I completely get that. But also, I've seen some of the people we work with, and some of them probably won't know. They probably won't know that if they're sick.
Oh, should I not be here? There's one person every morning that I'm walking in. He's either in front of me or behind me, coughing and hacking the entire fucking way. And I'm just like, it's probably allergies because it's every day. But in this day and age...
Are they a smoker?
I have no idea.
Could they be? They could be.
Possibly, but it's probably allergies if it's a daily thing, but still, ugh. Every time I hear a cough or a sneeze, I'm just like...
I honestly think that I'm allergic to work because I pull into the parking lot in the morning, and, in the morning, I think a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, but in the morning, the first, hour and a half I'm awake, I cough a lot.
Yeah.
I get shit moving. It's probably because I smoke the e-cigarette, and I smoked cigarettes for so many years before I went to the e-cigarette and whatever about that. But I pull into work and I will not cough the whole time when we wake up and we get ready for work. And I will not cough. As soon as I get in the car and start going to work, I'll feel like, oh shit, I need to cough. I better get this shit out before I'm around people at work because they're going to fucking flip.
I wonder if that's a nervous thing too.
I guarantee it's nerves have something to do with it. But I pull into the parking lot and I park and then I cough for a minute and then sneeze the most fucking violent sneeze I can have.
Well, not without giving away the location of our occupation. We are surrounded by growing things and lots of pollen and dust and stuff. So I feel like that has a lot of impact on that.
It could.
But also maybe you're just allergic to work. Maybe you can get a doctor's note.
That's where I was going with this.
I can't work.
It's I'm allergic I think I'm allergic.
And God only knows how much shit is blowing around the inside of that building with the recycled air. But
but they have HEPA filters.
Okay. All I'm going to say about that is okay. Okay.
No, you can't have a fan
But
we have
these
fucking
giant
jet turbines, but they have HEPA filters.
Okay, we're not going to get into the logistics of that shit.
No.
Okay, sorry. Finish your email. Your email.
Oh, my story?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is called Sicky Supervisor. So Jay saying during the podcast a few weeks ago, if you're sick, stay home, reminded me of this experience. During the 2009-2010 flu season, the World Health Organization declared the H1N1 swine flu pandemic. The mantra during this time was, if you're sick, stay home, all caps.
That should be just the mantra all time.
Of civility,
all
of like being a human being,
right.
Yes. I was working for a school district and the administration made sure that everyone knew that saying. Everyone, teachers, students, families, principals, custodians, groundskeepers, office workers, substitutes, etc.
I'm trying to think if they forgot anyone.
Yeah.
That's everyone involved in education.
Everyone was to follow the simple guideline. If you're sick, stay home. I was a lead teacher in the preschool department, which included visiting preschool sites around the district. I was waiting for spring break because my husband had scheduled us to attend a business conference and enjoy some vacation time in Florida.
Why would you enjoy any time in Florida?
Why would you go to a business
Florida.
conference during spring break?
Well, I mean, they're not college students. It's not like they're college students. They're going to go, I don't know where people go for spring break. It's never that cool.
The schools had 2 weeks off for spring break and classrooms were closed. I still had to work the first week doing paperwork, supply ordering, file updates, scheduling substitutes for spring camp, etc.
It sucked to be a teacher.
Yeah.
For many reasons. Like, God bless you, teachers. You are fucking saints, but man, it would suck.
I do not envy you.
No.
And if you cannot hear in the background, we have a dog in a cage who will not shut the fuck up. She wants out.
Just let her out.
Wednesday came and went. I was feeling great. I thought, phew, I made it without any hint of a sniffle, cough, or flu symptom. I was home free, or let's say off to Florida free.
Woo!
Woo!
Party!
Titties!
Oh, God.
The next day, Thursday.
Cooters!
Cooters!
Sorry.
Titties and cooters! Hooters and cooters, baby! We're going to Florida!
Hey, spring break, motherfuckers!
The next day, Thursday, one of the supervisors, with whom we shared the office, came to work coughing, sneezing, and feeling feverish. So I stabbed her.
The end.
No? Okay.
I am writing you from jail currently.
This supervisor went into her private office and shut the door. The 3 leads...
Should have barricaded her in.
Yeah, or stabbed her. The 3 leads, who shared the outer office, looked at each other and mouthed, "If you're sick, stay home." Someone called the director, and the sick supervisor was called to the director's office, which was in a different location, but still on campus. When she went out the door, we all grabbed our cans of Lysol and sprayed her path. All door handles and knobs, the floor, her door threshold, everything we could think of to disinfect the area. We all breathed a collective sigh of relief. I, more than the rest, because I had dodged the flu bullet.
Pew! That's my bullet noise.
Pew!
Pew! That's the flu bullet. It's just coughing as it goes.
30 minutes pass, and who should come walking through the door but Supervisor Sicky whore.
Well, I don't think it said that.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Supervisor Sicky. The director followed her in and announced that she, Supervisor Sicky, was suffering from allergies. Oh, fuck off. Like,
everything
hey,
is allergies.
All of you are stupid. She has allergies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't be alarmed.
Can I just pause for a second? Can I pause you for a second?
For a small chronic break?
Why do people love work so much?
I have no fucking idea.
I sometimes hope for a cold so I can stay home from work.
Yeah. Well,
Come on.
I understand that there are a lot of people who are much better at saving their vacation time than I am. And
or they don't get a lot of sick time.
Yeah, or they just don't accrue enough vacation to where their 2 weeks that they want to take every year to go back home to visit their family consists of all of their sick time and all of their vacation time and possibly a little bit of unpaid time.
Yeah.
Like that shit happens.
But I know people that have hordes and hordes.
And will not stay home. Will not stay home.
Just stay home. Whether you're sick or not, stay home. Take a day.
I see people and they come to work and they're like, they look like...
Death warmed over.
They look like the chick from fucking Exorcist. Besides puking green shit.
Yeah.
And you look at them and you're like, you look terrible. Go home and rest. It's being at work is not going to make this go away any quicker. Yeah. No, I can't go home because 6 months from now, I want to go back home and go on vacation and I need to save all my time. And it's like, okay, cool, because a month from now, I planned on going to visit my family, but now you sit 6 feet from me and you have the fucking plague. So we can see where this is going.
Well, for all those people who are like, ooh, masks don't work. I'm sorry. Our work environment, everyone, if one person got sick, everyone would fucking get sick. Like within days, and it would just spread like wildfire. And over the past, 13 months, I haven't been sick at all.
Yeah. It's been like 18 for me.
Washing your fucking hands and wearing a fucking mask.
Yeah, and I think the whole mask doesn't work thing was a bit of misinformation.
Well, yeah.
I think it's people in their everyday situations. Maybe the research resulted that you could still get sick, in your everyday. But we being inside, sharing the same air that everyone else shares, that is one of the places that you're gonna get fucking sick.
Yeah.
So the mask does work.
Yeah, I will.
It does
absolutely
work.
If I'm not feeling well in the future after all this shit is over, I will absolutely wear a mask. I spent some time in Hong Kong, and it's just second nature there.
It's common courtesy.
If you're not feeling well, or if you, I was working with a pregnant woman who didn't want to get sick while pregnant, so she wore a mask every day just to kind of protect herself. And it was normal there. And I hope at least one tiny, positive thing that can come out of this shit situation is that maybe in America it won't be so frowned upon anymore. Or it's like, if you're not feeling well and you have to fucking come to work, okay, put on a fucking mask then.
Yeah, put on a fucking mask.
So you don't spread it around everywhere.
The thing that gets me... Shit. We're kind of going off into a tangent, but what the fuck ever.
Well, this story kind of brought it on.
I don't care. I'm fucking having a drink.
This is my podcast, and it's myself. I just spit on myself.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking when you started yelling, you should have swallowed before you yelled.
My podcast, my soapbox.
The thing that gets me is I see people on the internet.
The internet is the devil.
The interwebs on Instagram and shit. And you see these people who put their mask on, but they don't cover their nose. And,
don't even bother.
They're bitching about, I can't fucking breathe. I can't breathe. What the fuck happens when what happens when some real shit goes down and you have to wear a fucking oxygen mask or something? What happens if something real goes down?
Yeah.
And you have to wear a fucking oxygen mask or you're fucking dead?
Yeah.
Are you going to be one of these pussies who can't put the fucking shit over your nose? Get the fuck over it.
I also liked in the beginning where people were talking about CO2 poisoning if you wear a mask. And it's just you motherfuckers, surgeons wear masks for 14, 15, 16 hours straight during surgery. None of them ever got CO2. It was any tiny shred of information that they could dig up on the fucking internet to justify being a fucking asshole and not wearing their mask. They clung to. And this past year has made me really hate everyone, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway.
This past year, like, while I want to go out and do shit,
I
also do not want to go out and do shit.
It just brought out, like, is it dregs of humanity? Is that the right word? Dregs?
Yeah. Are we going to go off on one of those? Because
let's get back to the story.
Because I say rift and you say riff, and now
riff is the correct word.
Well, I mean, for me, it's rift.
Ask a comedian.
No, fuck a comedian.
No, thank you.
You know,
I just want to point out that Jay is now drinking Coors Light.
I know.
With ice in his
I didn't
glass.
put my Coors Light in the fridge soon enough, and it's warm.
Reminds me of just a real quick work-related story. I was traveling for work in Hong Kong, and we went out to dinner after work one day and ordered some beers. And they brought us, like, warm cans of beer. And we're like, hey, do you have any cold ones? And like, yeah, okay, we'll be right back with cold ones. And they brought us beer in a glass of ice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that works, I guess.
There you go.
So that just reminded me of that. Okay, let's get back to the email.
Okay, so I'm going to go back a little bit so people can get caught up.
We can get caught up. We went
on a tangent.
Yeah.
30 minutes pass, and who should come walking through the door but Supervisor Sicky. The director followed her in and announced that she, Supervisor Sicky, was suffering from allergies, so we shouldn't be alarmed. She was going to stay in her office and do some very important paperwork that she needed to complete. The next day, Friday, Supervisor Sicky was absent from work. Allergies? ?
Nope.
Saturday, I was busy packing and getting everything ready for my trip to Florida. I felt my throat was a little sore, and I was sniffling a little bit. But you got that row.
Uh-oh.
By Sunday morning, I was done. Fever, sore throat, sneezing, coughing, aching, chills.
Stuffy had fever, so you can rest medicine?
Yeah. I couldn't get out of bed. My hubby tried to help with tea, aspirin, salt water, gargles, humidifier.
Aww.
Stuffy so you can rest medicine.
Yeah.
Nothing helped. He even suggested that I bundle up, wear a scarf, put on sunglasses, wear a hat, and sneak onto the plane. Also, he suggested wearing a gorilla suit.
Yeah, like, what do the sunglasses do? Like, I feel like the scarf, all that stuff, like, sweat it out. They're like, sweat out the flu. Sunglasses, that'll help.
Well, no, hubby just wanted her to get on the plane without people noticing she
didn't feel good. Yeah. Hubby's got to go to...
The airlines prohibited passengers from boarding flights if they exhibited flu-like symptoms. Because this was during H1N1.
Yeah.
I had to nix that idea because I knew I wouldn't be able to attend any of the conference workshops, lectures, social activities, or have any fun.
Yeah. It sucks to travel when you feel like shit.
It does, but some of the most fun I've had when I've traveled is not being around people and just being in my fucking hotel room.
Yeah, but if you're
watching
sick,
TV, naked on the couch, watching TV.
You can do that at home, though.
Yeah, I know, but you can't say that you did it in this place.
I was naked watching TV in Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come on. I'd be stuck in the hotel room, in bed, so I stayed home. My hubby was very upset and wanted to call my director and supervisor Sicky and give them a piece of his mind. I told him to go to Florida and have a good time.
That sounds like a great vacation. Having a place to yourself for a week.
Oh, yeah. Well, also, her husband's going to Florida during spring break.
Oh, yeah. No, you stay home, honey.
My hubby came back and said he didn't have a good time and would never go to a convention or any place without me ever again.
Aw, good hubby.
Parentheses. The silver lining around every dark cloud.
Aww.
Close parentheses. Aww.
I wonder if hubby has gone anywhere without her since.
Probably not.
Or him. Just kidding, I know who sent this. Is that the end?
That's the end.
Aww.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. We are gonna pause for a beer refill. Boop-be-doo, ba-doo-ba-doo, doo-doo.
Yeah.
And we're back.
We're back.
I got a different beer this time. This one is I don't know how to say it. It looks French. Rouleur domestique? Blondale?
Let me see.
Rouleur. It's Rouleur. Rouleur. It's local to where we live. It's got some steampunky gears all over the can. But,
that's cool. I like the steampunky gears. I think they're going a little far with the name.
Well, that's the name of the brewery.
Yeah, I know.
Rouleur.
Yeah.
Rouleur.
I wonder if it's someone's last name.
Probably.
Could be.
Sorry, we're not.
Roulier.
We're not making fun of you. No, it wouldn't be lure. It's lure, like fleur, flower.
Fleur. Yeah, fleur de lis, like.
Yeah, rouleur.
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 Ho, ho, ho.
If you work for rouleur,
you don't like my French accent.
Let us know how we pronounce it, yeah? Okay. I can't do French. French is hard, even though I took 4 years of French. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
Parlez-vous français?
Je serai peut-être bête, mais toi, tu n'es pas gentil. Ooh, not my beer. Okay.
See? Kay gets a little more fun when she's had a few drinks.
Oh, that's weird, but I think I like it. Huh.
That's the most confusing statement I think I've ever heard anyone say. Ew, that's weird, but I think I like it.
It wasn't ew, it was like, oh.
Oh, like O-O-O-H,
it was like,
not E-W.
It was oh, but with a French accent.
Ew. Ew, that's weird, but I don't think I like it.
I can't even explain what I'm tasting. It's, I don't know. Find it and drink it if you want.
When she knew she fucked up.
What? What's that from?
You've never seen those videos where like someone is like riding a skateboard and they decide they're going to jump like 40 stairs.
Oh, God.
And as soon as they do their little ollie, it pauses and you see their face and their eyes are huge and a voice comes in and says, and that's when they knew they fucked up.
I haven't seen those, but it sounds great. Okay, I'm going to read my second story because we are 43 minutes in.
Yeah.
But we'll probably cut a lot of it.
And fuck it up.
Yeah. It's Friday night. Happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday, guys.
Jay sniffly as per usual.
Yeah, I'm always sniffly.
Hopefully, when you go to that ear, nose, throat dude, you can figure that shit out.
I know. So I won't snore so fucking much.
Yeah, the snoring and the sniffling. I feel like there's just some sinus issues happening.
Yeah, but it's not allergies because I've tried allergy medication.
Yeah.
I think my nose is just...
We got hit in the face too much.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay.
Anywho.
Drink. All right. This next email is called The Head Shop. This is kind of a collection of random little stories that happened over a few years. So
I just want to say, I've read the story.
Uh-huh.
And I think this would be one of the greatest places someone could work because there were a lot of stories.
Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of little stories. It's pretty funny.
I think this person worked there for 2 years.
Yeah.
And in the 2 years, it's like a lifetime of fucking shit.
Right.
that is great.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
All right.
With that set up. Okay. These all happened when I worked at a head shop / gift shop in 1988 through 1990. And that was like the prime years for like fucking craziness.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we had the largest selection of rock teas in the state, along with a very large selection of cassette tapes. Do y'all know what cassette tapes are? For all you youngins out there, that's what we used to listen to music
your sweet little heart.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay, we used to listen to music on cassette tapes. Anyway, and this is usually what people tried to steal. We had alarm tags stuck to each cassette, and we also had the 2-part tags that attached to clothing and leather jackets. And we also had a special jumbo magnet to use them. To remove them? To remove them. Okay.
Most likely.
Anytime we busted someone stealing tapes, we let them pay instead of us calling the cops if they have the cash. While we accepted their payment, we would place each tape on that big magnet before giving them to the person while telling them that if they ever tried to come back into the store, we would have them arrested for trespassing. That big magnet erased so many tapes and no one ever complained about it. We would not give them a receipt either, so they couldn't return it through someone else.
That's right.
I love that. Here, take your tape, just pay for it, but we erase the shit out of it without you knowing.
We erase the shit out of it, and you're not getting a receipt.
That's right.
So don't try to have one of your friends come and get your fucking money back.
You little dicks. Okay. Not all shoplifters cooperated once they were caught. Every once in a while, we would get a fighter, but once we surrounded them, it would usually calm down. Jesus Christ, this sounds so stressful. We also kept a bat up by the front door that was only pulled out a couple of times. We sold handcuffs, so we did use those sometimes.
Fucking A. See, I told you, this place would be great to work at.
Right? Once we caught a kid about 10 trying to steal a couple of tapes. Instead of calling the police, we called his uncle. But before we did that, we yelled at him enough to make him cry. His uncle showed up and yelled at him some more. We really hoped that he would learn his lesson and try not to steal anything else and get in worse trouble.
He is now in San Quentin.
Yeah, he is serving a lifelong sentence with no parole. Another guy ran right through our door. It was glass with a wood frame, and he went right through the glass and down the street. Cops caught him near the pier. I believe that PCP was involved. Do you remember that? Like when PCP was like the big scary thing in the 80s? There was one time when I lived in a place I won't mention, but we had a park right down the street from our house, and I remember cop cars and SWAT team like surrounded this park because there was a motherfucker on PCP. I don't remember exactly what he was doing, something to get the cops' attention, but I think they shot him multiple times, and he just kept fucking going after the cops because he was on PCP, and it didn't take him down. That's fucking insane.
I've seen people on PCP in person.
In person?
Yeah, I've seen people on PCP, but nothing that crazy. But I have seen cops, like on
a cops
TV.
Episode, yeah.
Yeah, a cops episode where dude smashes a car into a light pole, looks like it would kill anyone.
Yeah.
Jumps out the fucking car, runs down the street, gets tackled by the cops, and before the cops can even say anything, he's screaming, "I ain't smoked no PCP.
God.
I ain't smoked no PCP."
What is it exactly? Is it different from meth?
Honestly, I have no fucking idea.
But obviously it makes you
is
invincible.
PCP, is that what they would call angel dust? It's angel dust.
I have no idea.
I don't know. I think
so, though.
Apparently, I think it's like a mix of like horse tranquilizer, also
or like an upper and a downer, so you can't feel anything, but you're also like fucking like crazy strung out.
Well, I mean, like ecstasy. Like the ecstasy back in the day was not MDMA. It was
speed and something else.
It was LSD, speed, and heroin mixed together.
Ew.
So it was like you get the
mental high,
the fuzzy crazy.
Yeah.
You get the high. You get the meth crazy.
And then the physical, like euphoria.
You get the low crazy, you know.
You just get all the crazy.
Yeah, you get all the crazies in one fucking shot.
No, thank you. I'm going to pass on that at this juncture.
You don't know what you missing, baby.
I'm good. Okay, moving on.
Did you forget where you were?
No, I saw the big PCP and knew where I was. One person tried to ride off on his bike, but my coworker chased him and was able to kick his tire hard enough to make him crash.
Fucking A.
This just sounds like a constant, like, all your fantasies of just, like, fucking people up.
What the fuck's gonna happen today when I go to work?
One shoplifter had an attitude that he wasn't going to get taken to jail by the cops because he had a bicycle. That's logic.
There you go.
The look on his face when the cop just took the bike and propped it on the front grill of the patrol car and put it in the back.
I ain't smoking PCP.
Yeah. What you doing with my bike? Being very close to a military base, sometimes it would be Marines that were coming out of boot camp. Nothing put fear on their faces like the threat of a call to their CO. That was so much worse than anything a local cop would do. One Marine tried to bolt, and my fellow coworker/boyfriend that was about 5'10" and 135 pounds.
Oh, so he was a big guy.
Ew. Body checked him into a wall. He was slender and could not fight, but lucky for him, the Marine just crumpled to the ground and started crying. I can imagine boot camp is pretty stressful.
Yeah.
He wasn't hurt at all, just really scared. My boyfriend could have gotten his ass beat that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that my most exciting catch... I love it. I wonder if they just had like a chart of like their catches.
Yeah, like Whoever has the best catch of the month gets a $100 gift card to the store.
They get the plaque on the wall with their picture. Best catch for January.
You can get a water pipe.
I think that my most exciting catch was when I heard the alarm go off and I was out the door. We treated it like a fun game sometimes. I wasn't sure what the guy had stolen, but when he didn't stop like I instructed him to, I grabbed him by the collar. That is when I realized that he was wearing one of the leather jackets we sold. I turned him right back around to go back inside the store. He turned out to be very drunk. Later on that night, one of the guys from the bar next door came by to let me know they were really impressed with how I handled that guy. It was a very sketchy bar, so if they were on my side, that was a huge plus. I want to work at this place. The hotel on the other side was a bizarre, creepy, meth-fueled hell.
Fucking A.
So I was always careful working in this area. Except for one night, LOL. A regular customer came rushing in to tell me someone was breaking into my beloved Super Beetle that was parked right out front. I rushed out, and sure enough, there was a guy banging on my wing window. If you get that open, you can just reach in and unlock the door super easy. VW bugs and security did not go together.
Can I cut it here?
Yeah.
You realize if you break any window out in a car, you can just reach in and unlock the door.
But don't the wing windows, don't those like swivel? You could probably punch it hard enough and not break it, like just swivel it open. I'm trying to like picture a bug.
Yes.
So I don't know.
But she said break it out, right? If you
she said if you get that open.
So
I think he was like punching it to try to like swing that little swivel window open.
I stand corrected.
That's right. Okay. VW bugs and security did not go together. I immediately confronted him saying, "What the fuck do you think you're doing to my car?" As he turned, I realized that he was not alone and had two friends with him. But luckily, half of my coworkers had followed me out the door.
With the baseball bat.
Yeah, with the baseball bat.
and the crazy meth-fueled people.
Everyone from the bar next door. Just like smacking the bat in their hand, just looking menacing. Then they start doing like a little dance, like from the Pat Benatar
snapping their fingers as they. What's that? What's that?
West Side Story.
What's that story?
Cool.
You breaking into my lady's car.
Oh, let's write a movie. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Half my coworkers had followed me out the door. He turned and said his key didn't work. That is when we both looked 2 cars down to where his VW bug was parked, and we all laughed.
And kicked dents in it.
We really did whatever we wanted in the 80s. That's right. So we also had pipes and smoking paraphernalia in a back room that you had to be 18 to enter. This was long before weed was legal in good old CA. I would work back...
Yeah, like 30 years ago.
I would work back there IDing people, and I was only 16. Jesus, she was doing all this shit at 16.
Nice.
Boy. We had a sign posted that everything was for legal use only, and any reference otherwise was grounds for us to remove you. Once a German tourist made a drug reference, and I asked him to leave. He then tried to inform me that in America, he had the right to say whatever he wanted. I said that yes, indeed, he can say anything, but I also have the right to have him removed from the property. America. His friend finally got him to stop arguing and just leave because he didn't want to get banned from the store, and we were about to call the cops. Another lady made a reference to Crystal while pointing to a glass pipe. When I asked her to leave, she tried to say she was talking about baseball and not crystal meth.
Oh, so this person doesn't like tweakers?
What is the baseball reference, though?
A tweaker's excuse?
Okay.
It makes absolutely no sense and cannot correlate to any part of this story.
Okay.
Or anything she was talking about, but a tweaker will say it.
I was talking about baseball.
Because, in baseball, sometimes there's crystals.
That diamond's a crystal.
Yeah, it looks like a crystal. That's what I meant, home plate. I was talking about home plate.
I just laughed in her face. Sorbitol and Inositol are both baby laxatives, which are common ingredients that we sold in powder form.
That's what you cut cocaine with. Yeah.
Why are they selling this? Are they selling it to cut it with cocaine?
I don't know.
Okay.
Keep reading.
Okay. First, someone would come in and buy the 1 kilo jar. And then a week or so later, someone else would come in and buy the 2-ounce jar. And finally, the couple of strung-out people would want to look at the smallest container we had and always wanted a discount. As long as they didn't call it cut, they would be fine. If you think you're doing meth or coke and you get the runs, well, it was mostly just cut. I don't understand any of this.
So people would buy a gram of cocaine, and they'd come in and they'd buy some cut.
Oh, so this is what they cut
and
cocaine with.
Cocaine or meth.
Okay.
And they would do a little bit of that cocaine or meth, and they would start running out. No.
Oh.
They would buy...
I'm sorry, I'm real dumb about this shit.
So they buy an 8-ball, right? Buy an 8-ball.
Okay.
And they would do a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd want to extend it.
An 8-ball of cocaine.
Yes.
Not sorbitol or Inositol.
Yes.
Okay.
And so they'd buy some sorbitol.
That stuff.
And they would cut that 8-ball with a little bit of that. So they could do a little cocaine, and then cut the rest with a little bit of that, so they could sell it to someone and get enough money to buy another 8-ball. And then they cut a little more and do a little more.
I see.
And by the time the last guy who buys some shit from them gets it, he's shitting his fucking brains out.
He's just doing like baby laxatives.
Pretty much.
I get it now.
It's really shiny, and it's got like a rainbow color to it.
When I first read this,
Sorry, don't ask me how I know that.
I couldn't understand any of this.
I totally made all of that up.
It's kind of like Jack in the Box mixing its beef with a bunch of fucking soy for its tacos to extend its profit.
Or, better than that, it's kind of like Arby's getting some fucking weird shit that's
probably not even meat.
Colored,
yeah.
And selling it as a beef and cheddar.
Yeah.
And when you look at it and like someone drives by with their headlights on, it glows like a fucking rainbow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, so.
We good.
I understand this now, I think. Okay. Nothing makes you avoid those drugs like seeing people strung out firsthand. These were all very valuable life lessons for me to learn at my teenage cashier job. No fucking shit. Jesus. It's fun listening to all the stories you tell, and I like hearing your kitty. Oh, thank you. There's been no kitty appearances this time.
Nope.
Thank you for sending that in. That's funny, but oh my gosh, just so much shit. It's 16 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Holy fuck. That sounds like fun, though.
That would be so
much fun. Just fucking tackling people on the street.
Fucking baseball bat. All your friends walking behind you, snapping their fingers.
Everyone's just West Side Storing it up. Doing it. Alrighty, you want to do our last story?
Our last story. The dreaded phone call. I work in an office for an advertisement agency. I love my job, but sometimes it gets pretty hectic. Not that long ago, we came under new management. That was in quotations, management. This management had a completely different way of doing things that created more competition between the agents in the office.
Yeah, that's like a highly competitive job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, yeah. I wouldn't know.
You couldn't tell by the fucking commercials they put out now. But anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Except for what are those commercials?
Those Charmin commercials. I mean,
fuck those things.
Great.
No. Those can fuck
my
right off.
No!
I have to mute that shit.
I'm Charmin clean. Because my hiney's clean.
Shut your goddamn mouth. I like the one. I don't know if it's insurance. Oh. What are the commercials where the guy is like trying to keep you from being your parents?
Those are fucking great. Those are so great. No fussing, no cussing. And he just throws it in the trash. That shit gets me it's my favorite commercial.
If you have too many throw pillows, or if you can't sit down, you have too many throw pillows.
Or when the guy sits down and goes, when he sits down, he's like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" Anyway,
who else reads books about submarines? My dad. Okay, anyway.
The newly appointed head of our office was very cutthroat and thrived on the competition they created. I should tell you, before the new management took over, I was a star, but the newly found competition really threw me for a loop, and in the beginning, knocked me down the ranks a bit. one afternoon during my fall, in quotations, I got an email from our supervisor. He wanted to discuss my progression under the new scheme, or lack thereof.
Scheme?
I was a wreck. Scheme?
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Regime?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Like under the new management.
Okay. Management in quotation.
I was a wreck. But I knew I had to pull my bootstraps up and just deal with it. The time came for this phone call, and I have to admit, I was shaking. Well, it actually went better than I thought it would. My new supervisor was very helpful and just tried to motivate me and steer me in the right direction.
That's always good to have that kind of motivation.
Yeah, especially from a new head honcho.
Yeah.
So, as the phone call was coming to an end, I was in such shock about how it went. I lost control of my speech and ended the call with what?
I don't know why I thought you were going to say I lost control of my bowels.
Yeah, that too.
Sorry, go on.
So, as the phone call was coming to an end, I was in such shock about how it went. I lost control of my speech and ended the call with, "Okay, thanks. I love you. Wait. I didn't mean, oh gosh, I don't love you. You're great, but I'm married and you're married." Then promptly hung up on them while hearing them laughing. I was bright red and all of my coworkers were mostly in shock, but then bursted out in laughter. I still have not lived it down. Fuck my work life.
I love you. Bye. Sometimes it becomes so horrible. Automatic. I feel like there were times when I was working where I was on the phone a lot. And, it's just automatic if you talk to your mom or your significant other.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye. And you're just like, oh, fuck, sorry, you're my boss.
Ooh, hey, bye.
I was just clearing my throat. Excuse me. Is that it? That's all our stories for today?
That's all our stories for today.
Yay. Do you have anything else you want to add at the end of this podcast?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Was there something I said I wanted to add that I'm not remembering?
Not that I can remember. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for listening. Please send in your stories.
Yes. Please send in your stories.
Your stories of the workplace.
Yes.
If this is the first episode you're listening to, go back and listen to other episodes and you can get a good idea of the kind of stories that people are sending in.
Yes.
Any kind of crazy workplace story you have. We want to hear it. And if you like our podcast, please rate and review it.
And subscribe.
And subscribe and follow. And we're on all the major podcast apps. So go there and do things and listen and have fun and tell your friends and...
Yeah.
What else?
It's a fun podcast. It's fun to listen to.
I have fun. If you want to share with us what you're drinking to get through your work week, you can use the hashtag #WeDrinkBecauseWeWork on social media. Share with us what you're drinking, or if you have suggestions of alcoholic beverages you would like us to try, also tag #WeDrinkBecauseWeWork.
I will try them.
If they're Coors Light.
If they're Coors Light, I will try them.
Again, thank you to Especially Heinous SVU Pod and Chat Smash for your shout outs.
Thank you so much.
Go listen to those podcasts. They are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And follow us on Instagram. Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter. I'm getting super active on Twitter, and stupid Facebook. I'm not very active on there. But it's all at FMWL Pod. You can email us with whatever you want to email us about. If you just want to say hi, if you want to send us a story, if we said something stupid and you want to tell us, you can email us at
fmwlpod@gmail.com.
fmwlpod@gmail.com.
That's right, baby.
I think that's everything.
I think that's it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
We love you.
Love you too. Oh, sorry. I've had some beers.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Tell your friends.
Bye.
Bye. I too.